Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, and we are live. What's up, guys? GeorgeTheCloud here. My name is Jorge, aka George. Welcome to the channel and welcome to my life. We have another request here from one of my Patreons. Thank you so much, Eric R. I really appreciate your suggestions and your support. It really makes a big difference when people join the Patreon, even if it's for free. So the song here is What's the Matter by 10,000 Maniacs. It's one of their singles from their 1987 album In My Tribe. Addresses the issue of child abuse. Okay, it's a heavy topic then. All right. Well, I have reacted to 10,000 Maniacs before, and also Natalie Merchant, of course. You guys can find the videos just looking them up here on the search tab of my channel. But this one I have never heard before, and I'm going to watch it and give you guys my opinion at the end. Grab some popcorn, fill up your water, put your headphones on. And let's go.
That young boy without a name, anywhere I know his face. In this city, the kid's my favorite. I've seen him, I see him every day. Seen him run outside looking for a place to hide from his father, the kid half naked, and said to myself, oh, what's the matter here? I'm tired of the excuses everybody uses. He's their kid, I stay out of it. But who gave you the right to do this? We live on Morgan Street, just 10 feet between, and his mother, I never see her, but I screams and curses. I hear them every day. Threats like, if you don't mind, I will beat on your behind. Slap you silly, made me say, oh, what's the matter here?
Oh, that kid took a hit.
Slap you silly, made me say, oh, what's the matter here? I'm tired of the excuses everybody uses. He's your kid, do as you see fit. But get this through their time, don't approve of what you did to your own flesh and blood. I have heard the excuses everybody uses. He's your kid, do as you see fit.
It's your kid, do as you see fit.
This through their time, don't approve of what you did to your own flesh and blood. If you don't sit in your chair straight, I'll take this belt from around my waist. And don't you think that I won't everything out to me and take your time? What could be the awful crime
Obviously a very sad topic. I'm gonna dive into the lyrics for this one. First things first, we hit the like. I am subscribed, and I'll have a link of the original video down in the description below. Lyrics. There's a lot to talk about here. Okay, I guess we're going to Spotify. Not sponsored, by the way. That young boy without a name. Anywhere I would know his face. In the city, the kid's my favorite. I've seen him. I see him every day. Seen him run outside looking for a place to hide from his father. The kid half naked. And I said to myself, oh, what's the matter here? I'm tired of the excuses everybody uses. He's their kid. I stay out of it. But who gave you the right to do this? We live on Morgan Street, just 10 feet between and his mother. I never see her, but her screams and cussing, I hear them every day. Threats like, if you don't mind, I will beat on your behind. Slap you, silly. Made me say, oh, what's the matter here? I'm tired of the excuses everybody uses. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. That I don't approve of what you did to your own flesh and blood. I have heard the excuses everybody uses. He's your kid. Do as you see fit. But get this through, that I don't approve of what you did to your own flesh and blood. If you don't sit in your chair straight, I'll take this belt from around my waist. And don't you think that I won't use it? Answer me and take your time. What could be the awful crime he could do at so young an age? And sometimes she uses wording like it reminds me of like Shakespeare. If I'm the only witness to your madness, offer me some words to balance out what I see and what I hear. All these cold and rude things that you do, I suppose you do because he belongs to you. And instead of love and the feel of warmth, you've given him these cuts and sores that don't heal with time or his age. And I want to say hi. Want to say what's the matter here, but I don't dare say what's the matter here. I don't dare say. I mean, it's a situation that unfortunately happens all over the world. And actually, by coincidence, I was just thinking about this the other day, like 2 nights ago, while I was sleeping for some reason, like right before falling asleep. I literally thought in my head, if I had a kid, if I were to have children at some point in the future, would I hit them? Would I use physical force to reprimand them, right? To get them on the right track, or or whatever. I thought about it. It came out of nowhere for some reason, and the answer is no. I would not. I mean, I'm against the physical force for anything, right? Essentially, unless you have to use it, right, for self-defense, then I'm not an advocate of hitting people, of course. But that's one of the biggest dilemmas when it comes to raising children. Should you hit them, or should you just be verbal? And traditionally, back in the day, people were more like, oh, you have to, of course, use this belt, or I think maybe it's a little bit more normal in Latin American culture, where you see the mother, you take out the flip flop and you hit their kids with the chanclas. And I'm just like, maybe even by listening to 10,000 Maniacs and Natalie Merchant and analyzing my society and things around me, I'm like, no, I wouldn't do that, because it doesn't feel right, as she says, to hit your own flesh and blood. And I don't think it's necessary, because if you're a good parent, your voice should be the authority when it comes to raising children. It should be enough, right? If you're if you raise them to respect you, the people around you, and to to do as you say, right, then they're gonna do it. And I think, you know, just if you have to be stern about it and be like a serious voice, like, hey, don't do that. Like, if I were to tell you that in a serious way, maybe you'd be like, my God, why is George so serious? Why is he yelling? And there would be no need for me to take out my belt and start, you know, striking people left and right. It just feels wrong. It just feels wrong. And you know, I like, this song is more about, I think, like correcting children, right? In a situation where, oh, you know, they're doing stuff they're not supposed to. So you're like, hey, you keep telling them, don't do it, don't do it. And you reach a point where you're like, you know, I'm just gonna hit you. And so that I disapprove of, but even more so when it's like domestic violence, right? When it goes beyond that, and it's just like they're just doing it nonchalantly. And this is kind of like maybe in that borderline where she says the mom, you know, you hear the mom screaming and cousin, and she's not there, and it's just like the kid is running around half naked. So it's probably not the best, you know, household, you know, of people, you know. And I think every now and then those thoughts come to my mind at late at night, like it did the other day, and I think about, for example, that, or I think about suffering around the world, and I have to stop thinking about it because then it becomes overwhelming. And it's just devastating when you think about, you know, like literally think about how many children are getting hit right now in the world. Thousands, tens of thousands, and some for no reason at all. Like they didn't do anything wrong. And so the thought alone is just like, man, I'm getting, you know, it gets me kind of emotional. It gets me angry. It makes me feel like, you know, useless, like I can't do anything about it. But I think the song is very helpful here because it raises awareness, and at the very least it makes people think like, is this the way, right? At least you know, you would think so. Okay, so that's for the meaning. And the sound itself, I think it's very traditional of Natalie Merchant and the band. It's like the instrumentation that they use, and that kind of throws me off because like I feel like if she did a stripped down version of the song, like acoustic, and completely changed the instrumentation, that maybe like this song would hit so hard that it would make people cry in the right setting, right? If she just was just singing the words out and maybe a little bit of a piano, something in the background to make it, you know, more emotional, then this would be like, wow. And with the sound that they have in this version, to me, it's like more commercial. In a way, it probably helps bring it to more people, right? The more commercial you are in general, then the more radio plays you're gonna get, or streams or whatever, and more people are gonna hear you, and therefore, I guess the greater the impact. So maybe that's the reasoning for the sound design here. But I do think that it was like it wasn't really matching for me, right? It was kind of matching the music video because it wasn't getting too dreadful, right? There were just like kids running around and just like the imagery of the youth, right? But I think this song could get so dark if they were to do like a reimagined version of it. And that's what I was kind of thinking in my head when I read the description. But then I started listening to the song, and it's just like, you kind of try to nod your head. You're just like, oh man, I'm enjoying the sound. But then I'm thinking about the lyrics, and it's just like, you know, a dad beating his son with a belt, and it's just like, okay, kind of snaps you out of it. But that's 10,000 Maniacs and Natalie, making you think about, you know, society rules and you know, aspects of everyday life, of people, of you know, family dynamics and stuff like that. So there's always a lot to think about when I listen to them, and this is definitely one of those songs. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about the song, and also about raising kids and hitting them physically. I'm assuming most people are gonna say like they're against, but I do think again that it's just so like like we've been doing it for thousands of years, right? As a species, like as humans, no matter where you are, you just like, that's one of the things that maybe you remember as a child. Maybe if you were hit, then you're like, okay, this is. And sometimes the excuse is like, well, my parents hit me and I turned out okay, right? So that's fine, that's normal. And I don't think it is. I really don't. I would say I'm against it, because like I just said, if you just use your voice, you should have authority enough to raise your kids that way without having to hit them. And that's going to be my final answer. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Please subscribe, and at the end, do a flip. Till the next.